Hi, in this video we are going to talk about 6 ways in which you can make your English better, the learning and the speaking. So without wasting much time, let's dive into the video. I think all of us will agree that most of the problems in our lives are because we assume a lot. We assume what others will say, we assume what our capabilities are, we assume if we can do some work or not, right? Basically, we assume a lot. And the point that will help you learn better English is that you stop assuming. Yeah, stop assuming that you will never be able to speak good enough English just because it is not your mother tongue, or maybe you are quite a slow learner, so it is kind of impossible for you to learn English. No, that's not true. Even if you are a slow learner, that's all right. Take your own time and learn the language. And don't assume that people will judge you. No, they won't, and even if they do, it doesn't matter, right? Because if we do assume that and we stick to it, trust me, you will not be able to get anywhere with learning the language. Also, don't assume that people around you or anybody will be able to or will be willing to help you just because you're in the process of learning the language. No, not everybody does, which is where it is very important that you make or you organize or you create your own method of learning and are very clear with how you have to proceed with learning the language. I think this will surely help you. Before we proceed to the next point, that is the second point to improve our speaking English, let me just tell you that there is one point which is very, very, very essential for the learning process. And of course, I'll not be talking about it right now. I'll be doing that towards the end of the video. So make sure that you watch the video till the end. Let's talk about the second point now. It is, don't try to be perfect. Don't wait for the time when you will be very fluent in English, because trust me, if you don't start speaking now, that time, that day, or that hour would never actually come. And if you believe that it does, then I'm sorry to say I'm breaking your bubble. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't work like that. Language is all about more and more you practice, the better you become. And if you are trying to achieve the perfection in any language, then I think I might have to tell you the truth here. Nobody is perfect in speaking English, even not the native speakers. Yes, even for those whose mother tongue is English, they make mistakes all the time. And even if you feel that I don't make mistakes, you clearly know I do. You can spot it many a times in these videos, and it is all right. So the third point is, make mistakes. Mistakes are good. Just know this. Mistakes are good. For example, you are over here and you don't know the language and you start learning it. So in this whole process where you are trying to learn the language, if you think you're not going to make mistakes, then I'm very sorry to say you are going to make mistakes, because you clearly don't know the language. So you won't be perfect at it or you won't be good at it. And as you proceed with learning, there'll be time where you will at least not be repeating the mistakes that you made here. And it is a quite lot of progress from here up till here. So that is your learning process, and you cannot skip this middle path or this path where you make mistakes. Another way to explain this point is that it is important that you speak, and when you speak, you will make mistakes. Because before you speak, everything is in your head, and in our head, everything sounds perfect, and there are no obstacles which you have to pass. But you will realize it once you actually start speaking. You come across your actual fears. Maybe you're not that confident, or maybe you fear in front of certain people, or maybe you're good at one-on-one talks but you cannot face the public at large, or maybe you take time to express yourself, or maybe in your head, because there is an image, right? You know what to say, but when you speak, you don't find the right word to say it. So in our head, everything is perfect. We need to speak in actual life to see how much we have learned it. Another point to make your English better is practice. Now, this is a very vague term. What do I mean by practice, right? So here is a thing that I would like to tell you, that since quite a long time, I think since the time I remember, I have been obsessed with mirrors, and I love to talk to myself standing in front of the mirror, whether it is for hours or maybe just few minutes. I have always done that, and as I think back to it, I realize that that is something that has helped me get better at the language and also gain confidence. So this is something that you can also do. For example, there is just one sentence that you learn today. Let us say you just learn to say, "Oh, I'm good. How about you?" So you can just go in front of the mirror and say it as many times as you can. Trust me, when you say it over and over again, you will yourself see that you'll get confident with every time you say it. You can say it in different ways. Maybe sometimes you can say it in funny way. Any sentence that you want to talk about, okay? Funny, angry, calm, or maybe just talk to yourself, because it is just you and you in the mirror, and there is nobody else around to judge you. Or if you're somebody who is not obsessed with mirrors like I am, so what you can do is, I am very sure you must have access to some kind of phone around you, right? You can take the recorder from the phone and just start it and start speaking. Okay, first time it might sound really bad, because trust me, I have experienced it. I was terrible at it, but you record it and listen to it yourself, and you learn quite a lot by doing this. So I think we have discussed 4 points up till now, and now let us talk about the fifth point. That is, be confident. I'm very sure many people just say this word, be confident, but the word is so vast that, I mean, how do we define that? How do I become confident, right? That is quite tricky. But when we see a confident person, we know it, right? I think you agree with me. We know it. So how do we be confident, right? So here is the thing. I would like to share a story. Around me, I have many people who are like very intelligent, right? They are masters in their own subjects. Like nobody can beat them in that. But they're not very confident when talking about it, because they feel that their language is not enough. But I would like to make this point here. Lack of language is not equal to lack of intelligence. Be proud of your expertise in whatever area that you have, and it is just a matter of time that you will be good at language too, and you'll be able to express all the knowledge that you have about your expert area, and yeah, you'll be able to do good and speak good English. So start speaking now. Now let us talk about the point that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that I will be talking about it towards the end, and it is very, very, very important. I cannot emphasize on it enough, but it is very important. So understand it in this way. Let me say the point first. The point is that relax yourself. Before you start learning the language, just, I want your brain to be relaxed. And I think you would also want your brain to be relaxed when you know that this fastens up your process of learning the language. Because language is not just but some symbols that are arranged in some pattern, right? And it is vast, like it is really vast. It is vast beyond our imagination, and it is always expanding. So if you think that you can cram it, trust me, you won't. So it is better that you keep your mind relaxed and let it absorb the patterns of the language. If you don't keep your brain relaxed, trust me, it will get very difficult for it to absorb all the new patterns, symbols, vocabulary, and whatnot from a very new language that you are trying to learn. So yeah, keep yourself relaxed and it will do wonders for you. This is it for today's video. Share this video with those who you think need it, those who are trying to learn the language and you know it better. Until we meet next time, take it easy.